What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Warrior Class Soundwave. I got this figure just now from BigBadToyStore.com, a late delivery at my house. What can I say? The robot mode here is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. It works so well and looks so amazingly good. Poseability is excellent. Ball joint in the head, ball joints in the shoulders with some hinges, ball joints in the elbows, ball joints in the knee, in the hips, swivel at the thigh, 90-degree bend at the knee, some minor foot articulation. So you could get some decent poses out of this guy. Oh, and his gun is posable too. Shoulder gun moves up and down, back and forth. Since this is a warrior class figure, unfortunately it doesn't come with a laser beak or have a laser beak ejection mechanism of any sort. But hey, the R&D line is all about simplicity, and I can kind of forgive it for not having that feature. Soundwave also has incredibly good light piping. His entire face glows an angry reddish orange. So cool! If there are any knocks against the figure, it's the fact that the shoulders are a little loose, nothing some pledge or some floor polish stain or whatever won't fix, and the lack of paint. I would really like to see there be more paint on the figure, but they nailed the execution of what they've got, so it's not a huge deal. One thing that I do need to bring up is that the directions are much better than previous deluxe class, warrior class figures that I've gotten a hold of. I can read these and see them as opposed to before where I couldn't. So, thanks, Hasbro. So we're going to go ahead and get into that transformation. To start off with, we're going to remove the gun and just put it off to the side. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is the gun looks like it's a minigun, modeled after his original G1 minigun on his shoulder. Very good, Hasbro. Okay, to start off with, we're going to take the shoulder pads and flip them into the fronts of the shoulders, like so. Then take the entire shoulders and arms and put that above the head, like that. Next, grab the entire chest of the figure and pull it forward away from the upper torso. Take the head and flip it 180 degrees down to the body. And then take that chest piece that we just flipped forward and flip it back and down to form the hood of the vehicle mode. That's actually a little bit difficult, but once you get everything lined up, it goes in pretty smoothly. So now we have Truck Gerwalk. Gerwalk all the things! Now to move from Gerwalk mode to Valkyrie mode, I mean truck mode, sorry. Take the legs, turn the figure around, grab the rear of the shins, or the lower legs, flip out the tires towards the inside of the figure, and then fold up the feet like that. Then take the entire lower leg and turn it 180 degrees at the thigh swivel. Next, combine the legs. And they do combine, but not very tightly. Then there's this little pin right at the top of the hips. It's actually a little bit difficult to unpeg, so just reach in there, unpeg it, fold the legs in, and then flip the entire section up, and they will peg into these little pegs underneath the holes behind the shoulders where you can plug the gun into. And just get that lined up, and there we go. Then unpeg the arm from the shoulder and flip it up. And then we just kind of flip it all the way back like this. Get it up out of the way. Fold down these side flaps for the sides of the vehicle mode. And then collapse the shoulders of the robot mode down to form the fronts of the vehicle mode. And flip back the hands and peg them into the sides of the legs, kind of like that. The little armored mode that we end up with is super cool. It is very, very cool. Very, very Soundwave. I like this a lot. Whoops, little mistransformation. It's a really, really cool mode. Only two minor complaints. One, the paint is different in some of the plastics. So you have these plastics starting in the center and on the legs, and the rear is a different shade of purple than what you have in the front. Weird. And the only other complaint I could think of, and this is just nitpicking, is you could see the robot hands in vehicle mode. I admit that's a nitpick. That's just something that irks me a bit. Otherwise, I think it's a fan-freaking-tastic vehicle mode. It works really well for me. One other note is that the instruction manual shows that the cannon can fit kind of lower on the vehicle mode than what I just showed you, though that's not anywhere listed on the directions here. The only other thing the only other place I could think to put it is right here on the back of the arm. So that does work a little bit, though I expected it to be able to, fold up and then maybe attach somewhere here or even up here, but it doesn't. So maybe I'm missing something there. I don't really know because it's not in the directions and it's a little late right now, so I'm not going to bother to try and figure that out. Sorry, guys. Overall, Soundwave is a heck of a lot of fun and an absolutely wonderful surprise. I didn't know what to expect with this guy. I really didn't. The RID line has been very hit or miss over the past couple of releases, and I am very, very happy to report that Soundwave is pretty freaking rad and definitely belongs in your collection. If you could pick it up anywhere, you really should. And I can't wait for customizers to get a hold of this thing, because they are going to have some fun with it, I just know. Transforming it back is a little bit of a kludge sometimes, because you have to flip the shoulders out in such a way that they don't get in the way when transforming it. See how the shoulders are flipped all the way up? There are these little tabs there. They actually connect to these struts at the top of the vehicle mode. It's the hardest part of the transformation, believe it or not. But once you do it, it's fine. Everything goes into place just dandy. As I said, overall, Soundwave is a great figure. Definitely belongs in your collection. Definitely worth picking up. I have a feeling, though, it's going to be a little bit difficult to find, simply because, honestly, guys, I think RID might be coming to an end this year. Even though another season of the show is coming, I don't know how toy sales are. Hasbro had them at Toy Fair with very little in terms of fanfare, or figures for that matter. So, I don't know. Oh, and Hasbro, what's with all the blue Decepticons? There are other robots out there that are different shades than purple and blue. Whatever. Anyway, guys, Soundwave, totally worth picking up, totally worth having. Y'all should get it. So thank you for watching this video review. As always, I'm Baltmatrix. I ask you to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.